Hey everyone, welcome back. In this video, we're going to be building a small starter home that I'm calling the Lemon Shortbread Home. I had a comment on a recent video, I can't remember which video, suggesting the idea of building a starter home with the budget of 16,000 simoleons. Obviously, when we think of starter homes, usually the budget is 20,000. So I thought 16,000 could be quite a challenge to make a house that's livable and functional, but also quite a pleasant place to live. I tend to think of starter sims having to suffer quite a lot when they're fresh out of Create a Family and they move into a lot or a starter home and they don't have very much money and they're kind of struggling to pay bills and struggling to make money at level 1 or 2 of a career track. So I mean, if you could have a very small but very comfortable and cozy, pleasant starter home, maybe you wouldn't mind living there so much for a little while you kind of find your feet as a sim and start to make some money and figure out what you want to do with your life. Why suffer in a house that you don't really like? So this is kind of the idea that we're going with, because I feel like if you could make quite a pleasant starter home for significantly under 20,000 simoleons, fully furnished, then a sim will have that bit of extra cash right from the get-go and they can feel a little bit more at ease maybe about having to make money straight off the bat. And even though I had thought we were originally going for a 16,000 simoleon budget, I ended up lowering that even further to 15,000. So any sim family who moves straight in here will have 5,000 simoleon spare cash. I had to go back and forth to the neighborhood a few times to check the net worth as I was building just to make sure I wasn't going over. But the final cost was 14,887. So definitely within the budget. This lot that I'm building on is 69 First Avenue, which is actually the lot that Claire Charming lives on. Claire Charming and her dog Luna. So unfortunately I had to kick them out and bulldoze their house. I think Claire Charming is probably one of those sims I just never really play with, but I do feel like maybe I should at some point come up with some kind of storyline for her. So I don't feel too bad about evicting her, but then when I was building this house, I was kind of thinking this could actually be suitable for her. If she wanted to move back in and just have a completely new house while still living on the piece of land that has previously been hers, I'd say the house is big enough for up to 2 sims and a pet. And obviously Claire has a dog, but she's single, so I think she'd be perfectly comfortable here. I decided to go for the Lemon Shortbread name and theme because some of the very cheap furniture is this kind of yellow, light yellow, beigey color. I don't know if you'd call it beige. Like the very cheap double bed and matching dresser. There's a very cheap light yellow love seat. It actually has a matching full couch, but I decided to just use the love seat. I think in the description of the item, it actually refers to it being nicotine colored, which I'm guessing is just a joke to say that it maybe was a lighter color, maybe it was white. But then it's been in an enclosed space where people have been smoking over a long period of time and it's kind of stained it yellow or something. But I feel like it ended up looking quite nice in this house. I don't know, I really wanted to see the good in typically cheaper, maybe less desirable furniture and kind of see it as furniture that you might actually choose rather than furniture that you really wish you didn't have and you wish you had fancier furniture, maybe because it fulfills your needs better. That is kind of the problem with some of the cheaper furniture in The Sims 1. I feel like it's really hard to keep your Sims needs up. But then actually not everything I used was the cheap of the cheap. I mean, I used the mid-range TV. I used quite a nice dining table and chairs actually. But once I had decided on the yellow theme and was liking the idea of combining it with this light blue element, I definitely wanted to pick furniture that matched with that. And I think sometimes that's difficult when you have to just choose the cheapest items for your Sims, because sometimes what's cheap doesn't necessarily go together. I don't know, I feel like with the blue theme, it's more like lemon shortbread with a side of blueberry yogurt. That's kind of the food imagery. Or maybe lemon and blueberry muffins, something like that. I think it makes it more appealing somehow, just being a starter home. I did also put quite a few rose bushes and other trees and shrubs. I think it's quite useful in The Sims 1 how landscaping doesn't cost any money. It doesn't add anything to the cost of the house. So you can really put lots of plants to make the lot look beautiful, and it doesn't make it more expensive. So I definitely wanted to take advantage of that. Anyway, I will leave a link in the description if you'd like to download this house and add it in your game. Don't forget to like this video, subscribe to the channel, share any thoughts you have in the comments. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.